me, Grace, and I'm sure many of you have been wondering, where have you been, Grace? What are you doing? Well, the answer is I've been doing high school. I'm taking 4 AP classes this year, such as Calculus AB, and it is not a fun time. It's really hard. And then I also got a job. I'm a hostess at a restaurant, so if you live in my town, which you probably don't, but if you do, come by my restaurant while I'm working and say hi. But anyways, so sorry. I was gonna do a video. I'm still gonna do it. It's like a little skit. It's gonna be a spoof of Chopped, and it's gonna be smudged, and it's like an artist spoof. So instead of cooking, you have to like draw something, and then someone's like commentating while you're doing it. But my friend Dario did not show up. So yeah, if you want to blame anyone for me not uploading, instead of blaming me, blame him. Anyways, yeah, so today's video is going to be about the tools I use. This is my palette. This is what I do all of my acrylic on. As you can see, it's kind of in a lot of disarray. I never clean it. I just put paint on top of the paint, which is an unhealthy way to paint, but like, what you gonna do about it? And also it looks cool. This is my watercolor palette. I don't know what brand it is because it doesn't have a brand name on it, but this is what I use to paint watercolor, and as you can see, I have the same philosophy as I do for my acrylics, where I don't clean the lid because it looks cool, and also I don't like cleaning my lids because I'm lazy. So now we have the Copics and Prismacolors. I have a lot, as you can kind of see. I actually have, I think I have a 32 color pack, and then my friends got me a 10 color pack. They all pitched in. Anyways, I have a lot. I like them. They're really great. I just don't really use them a lot. So that's why I generally do not recommend Copics as a first beginner artist, like to go buy a bunch, because you might not end up using them like me, but maybe you're like a good person and you'll use them frequently, in which case live your own life. So next we have colored pencils. I have a lot of colored pencils too, because like, it's like, this is the artist dilemma. When it's your birthday or like something's happening, some occasion where you typically receive presents, I always receive art supplies, and I am like very grateful and I love them, but the problem is sometimes I will already have the supply that they're giving me. Like a lot of these colored pencils I've gotten from my friends. I have a lot of watercolor colored pencils and stuff that I don't really use a lot. And then I also have some Prismacolor colored pencils. This was a Prismacolor 12 pack, their beginner set. My friend gave it to me because she has a twin, and they both got 12 packs, and her twin didn't use it, so she gave it to me. And I really like the Prismacolor pencils. I would actually say that I like them better than the watercolor colored pencils, because the Prismacolors are very soft and opaque. The only problem is that if you build them up too much, they get a little waxy, which is not fun, and I don't like about them. But that's about it. So then I have these like fine tip markers, faber-castell and sharpie, and I have like an extra small, and then I have a medium in the faber-castells, and theoretically I should be using them for lining things, but in reality I'm really lazy, and lining is like an elevated form of drawing that's very neat, and I'm not really up to that. So I don't actually line anything, and I don't use them a lot. But I did back in like middle school when I was still drawing, what was it? The Guardians, the Big Four. The Guardians movie with like Jack Frost, where he was like oddly attractive, and like Brave, and Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons. I used to draw that kind of fan art, and I definitely overused those Sharpies with my subpar lining skills. And now I have the kind of mechanical pencil I use, which is this really short mechanical pencil that is actually intended for elementary school children when they're like learning how to write. But yeah, I use it too because I really like how short the base is, and I feel like I can have a lot of control when I'm sketching. Also, they have fun patterns, so that's why I tend to use them a lot. Also, so these are just my color pencils for shading, like different hardnesses, mostly 6B and 8B. Actually, those are the only 2 pencils I have. What? Anyways, there's kind of an interesting story behind the pencil I'm holding, the one with the blue, like partially shaved away area. So I stole that from a girl at an overnight camp that I went to. Her name was Ivy, and she was really good at anime, and everyone thought she taught me how to draw anime, but I was actually drawing anime separately from her anime drawing instructions, because in 5th grade I like found an anime tutorial book and I followed it. So basically, she didn't teach me anime. I already knew anime, but she also knew anime, so we were like anime rivals in 5th grade. Well, no, I wasn't in 5th grade. I was going to 7th grade, which somehow makes this worse. Anyways, I was like petty and jealous of like how everyone thought she was teaching me anime, so I stole her pencil because I thought, you know, if I took it, I don't know, I'd level up in anime or something. So generally not a good life decision, and I kind of regret it, but then I later found out from her DeviantArt that she actually like stole people's artwork, so I stopped feeling bad. But generally that was just like a summer of really terrible decisions that I shouldn't have made. Like I stole someone's phone. I don't know why I did that. I was really weird before high school. So yeah, sorry Ivy, I have your pencil. Just like text me or something and I'll give it back to you. And here is like a little mason jar of just like other miscellaneous art supplies. These are 4 artist crayons. They're like pastels that my parents got me for some birthday occasion. I don't really use them because I don't know how to use them because I'm stupid. And then I have this like inking quill type thing, and it's got 2 heads and some different little heads or whatever. So that's for line art when I do it. These are my acrylics. I got these with my art class. My art teacher, like, we pay $20 in supplies, then we get supplies throughout the year, which is really nice. But the only problem with these acrylics is, like, I honestly would not recommend them because they're not very opaque. I'm going to get, like, this note card that I was taking notes on, and you can see I'm rubbing the paint over it, and you can, like, still see my words through the paint because the paint's, like, very translucent. Whereas if I take my Blick Studio acrylic, which, by the way, you can buy the Blick Studio acrylics, like, they have sales every year, and you can buy, like, the minis in, like, 100 color packs for, like, $20, which is a pretty good deal. So I'd recommend. Anyway, you can see my Blick Studio acrylic, like, completely covers up the words. Like, you can't see through it because it's opaque. So when I am, like, painting and stuff, since I don't have any other acrylics, what I do is I mix together the white and the translucent acrylics, and then it'll kind of make it like a thicker base. And also the nice thing about having thin paints is that, like, you can kind of build up the opacity like watercolors. When I finish off my watercolors with acrylic, that's why I use this method where I kind of mix them together. If I'm at school, then I use my school's studio acrylics because they're really good and thick, and I'm like, yes. So then these are my watercolors. I got all of these from my mom. She was an artist too, and she gave me her old watercolors. So I'd say that they're about like 20 years old. They're good. I like them. They're definitely high quality and pigmented. The only issue I have with them is that A, they're all really messy because they're old and I didn't take care of them when I was younger. So the caps have popped off and some of them have dried out. And B, it's like less convenient than using a palette because you have to squeeze out all the individual colors and stuff. So I generally do tend to like use my palette more just because it's like easier. And then these are all my brushes. So my brushes I've gotten from various places. Some of them are just like random, some of them are from my mom, and some of them are for school. I use the bigger ones to do like lay down my color. I use the smaller ones to do the details, and I use the weird shaped ones probably not at all because I don't know why I have them. I just don't want to get rid of them because I'm a hoarder. And yeah, so these are all my art supplies. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm really sorry again that it was so late in coming. I hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't like a terrible waste of your time, and hopefully there will be a new one next week.